Hey guys, back with another video. I know I did not post one Thursday. School has been school. But I'm gonna definitely probably upload this video tonight. But if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel if you're new to it. Also, if you're already subscribed, hit that like button. And also follow me on all my social media accounts, Like I said, I want this to be an interactive YouTube page. So if you agree with something I say or even disagree or need some advice or something, definitely hit me up, or leave a comment down below. But this video is going to be talking about my experience with college, how I end up picking a college, how I end up leaving school, and how I got back to school. Also too, I'm probably not gonna do this video no more than 10 minutes, so it probably will be part 2. It might even be a part 3 because, well, let me tell you, it ain't easy to process at all. But let's jump right into it. Okay, so I graduated high school in 2018. I went to Frederick Douglass Academy, which is in Harlem, New York. Most people who are from New York or Harlem know about, the FDAs. I went to the first one. And my senior year was a little bit struggling for me because I had to move out of New York my junior year of high school. And I was in Maryland for half of it. And then I was in North Carolina for the other half. So when I got back to New York, it was kind of a process of, making sure I had the classes I needed since I had left. Because, New York school system, every school system is different within the state. So I had to make sure my credits would even, transfer over. So during that year, I had to take 2 classes that I should have had taken my junior year that I didn't take in the other schools. But I passed it. I also had the highest score on the U.S. history region, so that was pretty fun. But when you're a senior at, FDA, you're supposed to be in a college course. And that course is helping you applying to SUNY, CUNYs, out-of-state schools. It's telling you how to help you with your personal statement letter, all that stuff. But me, since I needed another class in order to graduate, and that wasn't a required graduated class, I was not in that class. So for me, it was a struggle. So I would have to stay after school almost every day, no exaggeration, for the first semester of high school. And it was a bit like, of a struggle because it was just like, I didn't want to stay here, every day after school. Of course, also too, I was on the student council. So it was that, and I had to stay after school. One of the college advisors, I won't say her name because I don't know if she would be put out there. But so that was a process. I feel like she probably helped me as much as she could. It wasn't the most best help, but I have to take into consideration she's helping me and 300 other students of the graduating class. So I was like, okay, whatever. So at that time, I really did not know what school I wanted to go to. I didn't even really know what I wanted to do. But then I felt like, okay, I think I want to be a news anchor. For a long time, I wanted to be a news anchor. And I was like, okay, I'm going to study, broad communications and broadcasting. And I had wanted to go into this school. Oh, what's the name of the school? It's in Rhode Island. Johnson & Wales, that's the name of it. And I got accepted, which, but she told me it would have been a great idea because, the cost of it. So, one thing I would say, you guys, if you really have in your gut, you want to go somewhere, do it. I know cost is like always a big thing because school is expensive as heck. But it's like, listen to what your gut is telling you. And I felt like in that moment, I didn't. And I was listening to more like, you're right. My mom's a single parent. How are we going to afford this, So I had got accepted to... I had applied to a lot of SUNY and CUNY schools, but I never gave certain information because I didn't know how to do my mom's... So it was something wrong with my mom. Not my mom's taxes, but I was on my grandmother's taxes. So it was a big... of figuring that out. So I had to write letters to schools to explain this and that. It was a headache. I'm not gonna lie. But I had ended up getting into Buff State, and I was also, which is State University of Buffalo State College, and I had got into it, and I ended up going there. Literally, I knew I was getting in, no lie, the day before my graduation. I had picked up my cap and gown for the graduation site, and I had went to get it, and she was like, hey, you're gonna go here. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll go. Didn't really want to go to Buff State, one, because Buffalo is far from New York City. Like, literally on the train is 8 to 10 hours. So 8 hours on a good day. If it's a bad day, it would be 10 hours. No, that's on the bus. So I will always take the bus first, going up there. I was just like, I don't really want to go there. And then, you know, Buff, I was like, okay, it's a party school too, known as this. So I was like, okay, it would be a little bit more fun. And also my a friend of mine, they were going there too, and a couple, like maybe like 5 to 6 other kids from my graduating class, I was going there. So I'm like, okay, it can't be that too bad, you know what I mean? So I went to that school. It was an alright experience, you know. It was more there's a lot of, you know, African American students like myself, so that was cool too, you know. The teachers were pretty decent. I didn't ever have issues with teachers. The classrooms, your ordinary college classrooms. The only thing I would say, Buff State is a school that has a lot of distractions. You know, they're known for their parties, so it's like, you know, when you're a freshman, you're like, oh, I'm there, I'm at that party, you know. So it was sometimes hard to balance, you know, social life with academic lives, but I think I did pretty good with that. But I left that school because of financial reasons. I was not able to take a loan out by myself because, you know, I'm still young. And my mom at the time, she did not have the best credit, so she couldn't even, like, be a co-signer for a loan. And, you know, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to go home because I can't stay. How am I going to stay? So I had to leave. And after that, I left in December, and I was like, okay, I have to find a job. Like, I can't just be at home not doing nothing. I was already pissed off, like, having to leave school. And I had found a job. I was working at Shake Shack. That was like my real first job, you know. I had a summer youth job before, but that's not really a real job. But after that job, I worked as a receptionist. After that job, I was an event planner. After that job, I worked at Columbia University as a mail associate. And it was just, school to me was really important to go back into, because it was at the moment when I was working as a receptionist, and I'm just like, I can't do this every day. Like, my job as a receptionist, I was working at a physical therapy office. It was it was a 9-to-5 job, but the way it was, I couldn't get off unless something went through, like it was paperwork. So if it's 9 to 5, sometimes I'm getting off at 6:30, 7 o'clock. So it was just like, and I felt old. Like, don't get me wrong, there's people that's our age receptionists, but I just think the field it was and the people I was working for is very, like, demanding job. But I'm just sitting here, I'm like, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't want to be no receptionist, you know. Not saying that's not a good job, which is great because it gave me great pay, but it's like, it wasn't my passion, it wasn't my desire to be here this whole time. So I was like, okay. Started applying to schools, but I would still be, like, you know, tired from work, getting home. So I'm like, okay, I'll apply to it later. Then I'll keep going, I'll apply to schools, keep applying to it later. So fast forward all the way to November. Mind you, I was working there in May, all the way to November. And I was like, okay, I'm really gonna apply to school. Like, I'm gonna stop BSing, I'm gonna get on my stuff, and I'm gonna apply to school. So I had heard of SUNY Oswego. I knew about it ever since I was in high school, but I never really looked into it. But it was a good school, whatever. And I was like, okay. I did something that was kind of stupid. When you're in high school, I'm big. I feel like it's the best thing to do is to apply to as many colleges you want to, if you can afford it. Because, you know, there are application fees with going to college. But the ones that are free, like if you're a SUNY student, EOS and CUNY trying to apply, I think they're free automatically. Even out of state schools, if it's something you really want to go to, like even if it's a fee of $30, like think of it like, okay, if you was about to spend $30 on a, you know, going to the movies and out to eat, you could spend it on your application fee if you really want to go there. But anyways, I was like, okay, I had applied to just SUNY Oswego. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to apply to the school, and I'm really going to go through the process. So it was this lady that worked with me. I wish I knew her name. I don't remember her name right now. And I would email her literally every day. Like, okay, I did this. What do I have to do next? She'll tell me, okay, do this. I did that. I did this. I did that. You know, she was very helpful. The most helpful person that's ever helped me my whole college academic years so far. And I was just like, okay, boom. So I was kind of scared because, like, this is the only school I'd applied to. So if I didn't get in, I'm like, you know, I'm going to be messed up if I don't get in. So I was just praying every day. You know, I'm a big believer that, like, if you speak into the existence, it's going to come. And that's what I do. And I would never forget, it was Valentine's Day, February 14, 2020. And I got the acceptance letters to come to SUNY Oswego. And it was just like, I'm telling you, like, I would never forget this day too, because, like, it was on Valentine's Day that I got accepted. So I was just like, wow. Like, I literally was on the bus and I read it going home from work, and I was tired. I was tired, but I had a good day because, you know, it was Valentine's Day. And I read it. I was like, let me just check. And I was scared. Like, I didn't want to read it yet. But I was like, you know what? Just do it. Bite the gun. So I did it, and I was on the bus. People were staring at me because I was like, I was tapping my feet. Mind you, it's COVID time, so I got a mask on. I'm like, muffled, like, but I'm like so happy, ecstatic, like I was ready to cry. And then, you know, I shared with my friends and family and told them, and I was excited to go. So that's really how I got to SUNY Oswego, where I'm at now. This is my this is my second year here, first semester, yeah. And I'm a first year sophomore. Since I was a transfer student, I only did half, got 12 credits transfer over, so I am far behind. You know, if I did stay in Buff, I would have been a senior now, would have been graduating in 2022, because I'm ready to go. But, you know, what I have learned from this whole experience is that, like, don't ever give up on yourself, and don't ever give up on your dreams, your aspirations, whatever you want to do in life, because it was a struggle. And I'm telling you, like, there's gonna be times when you just like, you want to throw in the towel, and you're just like, forget this crap. Like, it was so, like, so many days I was just like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, I was like, you know what, maybe it's not meant for me. But I always thought of, like, okay, what I want to do in life, you know, anything. I'm like, okay, I want to go back to college and get that degree for myself. And I think too, what a lot of people have time struggling with is that, like, a lot of times we do a lot of things for other people, you know what I mean? At first, I didn't know what school I wanted to go to, and I just jumped into another school at Buff State because, you know, listening to, you know, probably family members or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do. And it's like, too, you're at a standpoint that it's like you're trying to please everyone. You're trying to be a role model, because I have 3 younger sisters. And it's just, sometimes it's just, you got to really stop and think, like, is this what I want for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this what I should be doing for myself? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people would say, oh, if you do X, Y, Z, I'm not going to talk to you no more. You're not going to be in your life, or, you know, you're going to seem belittle or beneath. But one thing I realized is, like, if you're doing something and you're really passionate about it and you care, that aura and that confidence is going to radiate on you. So all those people who talk all that smack, they're just smack talkers, period. Because it's showing them, like, okay, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? And then I also realized, you know, there's no time limit. You know, a lot of times I felt self-conscious because a lot of my friends now are going to be graduating, you know. We're all 21. They're going to start their careers, and I'm still here in college, you know. But then I'm thinking, like, you know, I've seen all over social media, there's people at 95 getting their bachelor degrees. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of where I'm at right now as a young woman. And yeah, I kind of went over the limit of 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. But I promise you this video is so worth it to sit and watch the whole thing. Like I said, if you guys ever have any comments, comment below, or you can DM me, you can message me through Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat. Like I said, and you know, I just want to leave off on this message. If you got something you want to do it. Do it. You know, even if it's not college. Like I'm going to say too, and I'm going to stop this video. College is not for everyone. So just because everyone in your family went to college and you feel like it's not for you, don't force yourself to do it. You know, there's so many other opportunities to make a living. Go to trade school. If you want to even go in the military, travel, you know, like there's so many ways you can really make an income now that is just not, you have to go to school to do this, to do that. You know what I'm saying? So listen to yourself. Your gut will never steer you wrong. I promise you. I promise you. But on that note, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like the video. Please share if you can. And have a great day, my love.